evening. Welcome to Grandma's Attic Music Review. What a joy it is to be with you tonight. I have such a wonderful guest for you tonight. Original music, and it's just classic at its best. And I met this young man many years ago. It feels like only yesterday when I first saw him sit down at the piano and play, and I was like awed at what he could do to a keyboard. So tonight, I hope that you can, I hope that you can welcome into your home a wonderful, wonderful keyboard player, Mr. Justin Palange.
How are we doing today? My name's Justin Palange. I play original songs. Today I'm going to play and sing a series of original songs. This first one is called Opening the Door. It goes something like this. Meet me in the open air. I'll see you out there when or where. Quiet lights, they seem benign, falling through your broken mind. Call the taxi, pay the fare, open the door if you dare. Not so sure what you will find, materialistic or divine. Opening the door, you find it on the floor, lost beneath the sea forevermore. Flung across the stars and floating on past Mars. I'll see you when the dawn has turned to gray. Window washing from the rain, lost your mind, you've gone insane. I wonder why the weather's dry. It seems the earth no longer cries. Buy the ticket, board the plane. Sitting now, you wait in vain. Ask the doorman if you try. Just one chance to say goodbye. Opening the door, you find it on the floor, lost beneath the sea forevermore. Flung across the stars and floating on past Mars. I'll see you when the dawn has turned to gray. Wolves have gathered on the hill, they're waiting for the moon. fair luna shines her light, they'll howl their eerie tune. 1,000 years have passed us by, and still we wonder why. Perhaps the answer lies a billion miles away in the sky. Thank you. All right. This next one is a little bit newer. It's called Glimpse of Sorrow. Glimpse of sorrow passing through. Nothing is left that is known to be true. You hear the sounds of a time long past by, a look of gold in your eyes. Wait in silence alone at the fair. A purple scarf is entwined in your hair. You search the crowd, but there's no one to see. What does it mean to be free? You can decide if you live or you hide. Your dreams you can find locked away in your mind. Green is the hue if you wanted a clue to break through the lies that harbor your cries. Lost in madness, wondering why you lost your grip and started to cry. Pictures are falling off of your wall. What is the point of it all? You can decide If you live or you hide, your dreams you can find locked away in your mind. Green is the hue if you wanted a clue to break through the lies that harbor your cries. Thank you. A little drink here. All right. Now, next song is a little more upbeat here. We're going to switch gears a little bit. This one is called, this is an older song I wrote. It's called The Truth of Love. So it goes a little something like this here. Take the high road by the mountains. Take the low path by the sea. And when you've lost your mind, and when you finally see the truth of love, well, it looks better to me. Travel by the crying temptress. Ask her if she felt the breeze. Tell her that she's lost now, but soon she will be found, because the truth of love looks better to me. And all the lost souls cry forever, and all the lovers speak with glee. Find what you would give your winding life for, then you'll see how strange it is for me. I don't know where I am headed. I just hope my soul is found. It might be 80 miles up the river, or maybe in a bunker underground. And all the lost souls cry forever. All the lovers speak with glee. And when you finally find what you would give your wine and life for, then you'll see how strange it is for me. it looks better, better, better. Love, well, it looks better to me. Thank you. Next one is a little more recent too, like the first couple. It's called Blue Interlude. It's kind of an interesting time signature. All right, so it goes like this here. Walking on by, heaven up high, I'm waiting for you. Stars in the sky, questioning why. Missed the bullseye, yeah, that's blue interlude. It drives you insane, lost in the fog. It flows through your veins, yeah, the hair of the dog. Glanced in the mirror to find who I am. I couldn't decide, but you might understand. It drives you insane, lost in the fog. It flows through your veins, yeah, the hair of the dog. Life's like a film on a screen. It flows by like a dream, and you don't really know when it's your time to go. You just roll with the flow and get lost in the snow. Then you take it at ease, but you don't want to freeze. I'm begging you, please, it's 1,000 degrees. Glanced in the mirror to find who I am. I couldn't decide, but you might understand. It drives you insane, lost in the fog. It flows through your veins, yeah, the hair of the dog. goes through the sky, and you don't need to ask yourself why. And I don't want to leave you alone in your fears, but I just can't decide if I'm here. And I don't want to leave you alone in your fears, but I just can't decide if I'm here. Thank you. All right, the next one is, it's called Fair Isle in the Morning. This song, I kind of got inspired by like a dream I had, and I could hear like the song in the dream. And it was kind of an interesting, because I got up real early and just, went right to the keyboard and started kind of, laying it out, some of the lyrics and stuff. Just, it was weird to have that kind of happen, but you never know how a song's gonna, come to you. But it goes like this here. It's fair isle in the morning, and the streets start to thrive, and the people are all smiling. Glad that they are alive. And it's a long, cold road home, but we'll make it if we try. I know, don't ask me why. What did you dream? Did it seem so serene? What did you fear? Did it leave you in tears? did I get here? I can't recall. Lost in my dreams, I am wandering. Through the leaves of a wonderful fall. And it's a long, cold road home, but we'll make it if we try. How I know, don't ask me why. What did you dream? Did it seem so serene? What did you fear? Did it leave you in tears? Thank you. How much time we have?
Keep playing. You're having fun. We're having a blast watching you.
All right, so this next one is a pretty new song, kind of in the recent few months. It's a different style. It's kind of, it mixes kind of like a reggae with more of a traditional 4/4 beat. You would say maybe like a rock or pop kind of backbeat. But it goes kind of like this. It's called Morning Light. Be free from this prison inside of me. Let go my fears and seek opportunity. I see the light in the morning sun. I just do what has to be done. Everything is clear. I don't shed no tears. Night, we hide far out of sight. I can't help but think something just ain't right. And I see the light in the morning sun. I just do what has to be done. Everything is clear. I don't shed no tears. Nothing is real, stuck in my mind. I'm trying to feel. I wait for the signs, they stand all around. I ask for the answers, but they're never found. Far away, just to hide from all my pain. I'd do anything not to ever feel that way again. And I see the light in the morning sun. I just do what has to be done. Everything is clear. I don't shed no tears. Nothing is real, stuck in my mind. I'm trying to feel. I wait for the signs, they stand all around. I ask for the answers, but they're never found. Thank you. All right. All right. How much time do we have? Did you have?
You play until you have one left. When you have
I think I have. I'm about there, maybe.
Stop playing for a minute. He's been working hard on that keyboard, don't you think? Oh, I don't have a mic on. Sorry. Justin, you need to mic up too. There should be a mic right there on your chair. So remember that this is, after all, public access television. It's not like we're professionals or something like that. How are you?
Good. How are you?
You really get things going over there on the keyboard. Let's talk about something that's really going to interest my audience. First of all, how much training have you actually had in playing the piano?
You mean like formal training?
Yeah. Well, I know the answer, so go ahead and shock my audience.
I mean, I took some lessons when I was younger. when I was about 5 until I was 8, and kind of read like sheet music and stuff like that. It's a good teacher. She's a good lady. I still talk to her.
So you took 3 years, give or take, of lessons when you were very young.
Yeah, I took, well, yeah, because I quit at some point, because I was 8, and there's always more.
You were too grown up to do that. But when you sit down at the keyboard, something happens inside. What exactly is it that makes you play the way that you play?
I don't know. I mean, it's a complicated, I don't know if I could come up with something to really completely answer that, I was like, as much as I'd want it to be answered, but it's kind of like.
Do you feel like there's an inner drive that makes you sit at the keyboard?
I feel like it's like I want to express, the way I feel, essentially, about, the world that we live in, and it's songs I write are inspired by like daily life and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I do a lot of like improvisation and stuff like that.
Yeah, you do.
As well.
I've seen you do that.
And these songs that I played, the structure is there. I want to say, in high school, I went back for a couple of years of lessons,
Mm-hmm.
kind of more formal, like classical type stuff. But and it's a lot of what I did was like when you met me was like the classical style or neoclassical kind of compositions.
Absolutely.
And stuff like that. Which I mean, I don't get into that as much as I used to.
Mm-hmm.
I've written a good number of songs like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I more recently, I want to say, I've gotten more into singing and writing lyrics and stuff like that. To put
What
it
made
with
you
the
start
music.
writing lyrics to your music?
I mean, events in my home life and stuff like that. Tough times. If a family member passed away or something like that, I felt like I wanted to express more. Not that the classical type stuff, like just the piano, doesn't express a lot, but sometimes the lyrics, sometimes it's harder for some people to relate, or to the classical, just the piano,
Mm-hmm.
But with lyrics and the singing, it kind of, people kind of more relate to it, I want to say, because they don't have to have like, a perfect ear and everything, and they can hear the lyrics and, kind of get something from, because I try to like kind of rhyme and stuff when I make the lyrics,
Mm-hmm.
I'm influenced by, the classic kind of 60s bands and stuff. I really like the Moody Blues and stuff. They had a lot of kind of.
You sound a lot like the Moody Blues in a lot of your stuff.
Like that's, Nights in White Satin and Tuesday Afternoon. Like those are, I want to say that whole album probably is a pretty big influence on some of my style.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as, it's all different things that, inspire me to play. And,
Awesome. So when you're writing music, you write about life's stuff. Do you just sit down and write out a song? Unlike the Dream Song, because I know that happened a little differently, but do you sit down and make yourself write, or are all your songs things that come to you while you're out doing what you do?
I mean, it's kind of like I'll go, a few months or whatnot, and I won't write a song, but it's like I usually have some sort of, and I want to say like the open mic community and stuff like that, gets you kind of inspired, because it's, a lot of people that listen, like open mics around New London and around here in Middletown and Old Lyme.
Yep.
And
The first place I met you was at an open mic out at a restaurant called the Blue Crab Steakhouse.
that was my first open mic, yeah, I
and
ever went to.
You were awesome, and everybody was like totally freaked out at what you sat down at the piano and did. How did that make you feel?
It felt like, somebody's listening. If I'm sitting at home practicing, it's good to have that outlet, because see people actually are into it. People like what I'm doing, and and stuff like that.
Do you like to play out in public?
I mean, I to some degree, I do like to play out.
I was
the
wondering
open
if you
mics.
got more satisfaction from being at home and just being one with your keyboard, or if it's more about being out and giving to the public what you have created.
I mean, I definitely get a lot out of just playing at home. Like I said, I do like kind of improvisation, and I'm getting pretty into this in-depth kind of a classical thing. I mean, I'll probably just play a little bit of that, maybe like a little improv or something, when we're done talking. But
Yep.
it's weird how the improvisation, you have to switch modes, kind of get into it. But sitting at home playing, there's no judgment, like, and not that, there's some judgmental people, but for the most part, I want to say open mic communities are great. Everybody's supportive.
Right, they really are.
Especially like around here, there's some good groups and people around.
Should we start thinking about seeing your music on a CD?
I am working on like an album with the songs that I played. Essentially most of those will be on it. A couple others that I'm still kind of, working on. And I do want to kind of make it. I want to make it a full production. I'm not going to guarantee. I may release just the piano and singing, as a first thing to kind of lay it out. But I would like to get some sort of backing and kind of make some sort of production. Even if I am doing all that stuff on my own.
Now, do you hear other instruments in your head when you're playing? Do you hear, when you're thinking about making the song a full production, do you hear the other instruments that you want in back of you? Do you hear that in your head?
Well, yeah, I mean, I can kind of picture it, and I want to say like it's almost more if I'm thinking of one of my songs when I'm not playing, and I'm just kind of like, reciting the lyrics and singing it without anything, like my head kind of fills it in, not necessarily always with the keyboard, but like it does, it actually is almost easier to make a clearer picture.
You realize
in that
you're very
respect.
talented, right?
Well, I practice and stuff, and
You're also
a lot
very
of hours
humble.
in.
Very humble. Very humble and very talented.
There's a lot of folks out there, that have taken it even further, and a lot of. So, I stay kind of on the side.
Now, a lot of your songs are very moody. I don't mean like the Moody Blues moody. I mean like they have kind of a dark side. A lot of your songs really have a dark side. I recently heard that you got into a new relationship. And I'm wondering if we're going to hear some love songs coming up sometime in the near future.
That's a definite possibility. Yeah, there's another more upbeat kind of song that I made recently.
Nice.
So, I'll be making some different kind of stuff.
Nice. Congratulations on that. Anyway, I think it's wonderful that you finally found someone that can understand a musician that is as much of a musician as you are, because you are definitely a one-of-a-kind player, a one-of-a-kind writer, a one-of-a-kind performer, and we love watching what you do and how you do it. What is it that you think actually got you into music? Are your parents musically inclined?
No.
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 So what do you think it is that got you hooked on music the way that you are?
That's a tough thing to. I mean, everybody kind of listens to music from a young age. I took the piano lessons, when I was young, so it kind of was in the back, always in the back of my mind.
Was that mom's idea?
Yeah. She wanted me to take lessons, and at first I was, really into it. I was, but as time goes on, there's all kinds of distractions. Today there's video games and stuff like that.
Yep.
And to an 8-year-old kid, it's like,
Absolutely.
am I going to play the new 3D, game or something, or am I going to play piano? It's at the time, it wasn't as appealing. But after that kind of phase, in early, like the beginning of high school, I want to say. I was about 13, 14. I started to be like, like I want to, play music, I want to play piano. So I ended up getting a keyboard. I think it was 14. I got like a new keyboard, because at the time I didn't really have time to play the piano and stuff. My grandfather was living us at the time, and he wasn't gonna be happy if I'm sitting there playing for hours and hours,
Really?
But
So he obviously wasn't a big influence on you playing.
Not particularly.
No. Okay.
I mean, he was a good guy,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I love my grandfather.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's why I got a keyboard, though. As soon as I was interested, because at that time, I mean, I wasn't interested really anyway. But I got a keyboard so I could play, upstairs,
Yep.
and not
Yep.
bother, because it
Why
does
do you
get,
think-
if you sit and listen to piano for, hours and hours, or, the same thing again and again.
I can listen to piano
it's-
forever. I love the piano.
It
Piano
can
and
get-
cello I can listen to forever and ever and ever. But why? I love it when my crew tells me what to do. It makes me so happy. It helps me make this show something. So anyway, I'm going to ask you a question now. What do you want your legacy to be?
My legacy. I mean, I'd like, to have, like for people to, listen to my songs and have some sort of audience, like some sort of following. It doesn't have to be some massive, stadium sellout, kind of thing. That'd be interesting, although probably more, how do you put it? More cause a lot of anxiety and frustration.
I can see
stress.
that making
Stressful
you very nervous.
is the word. I don't know why.
So
that's the word.
we are almost out of time, and I'm wondering if you're ready to go and do some of that improv for us.
Yeah, I'm gonna, kind of start out with something and then kind of work somewhere. Like I said, sometimes it could take time to get into the.
I love watching you do your magic. So
it's-
Justin, thank you so much for coming to Grandma's Attic. I appreciate it. Don't forget to take your mic off and take us out
that
with
would've been-
some of your improv. Take us out with some of your magic. And while he's getting ready to go, thank you very much for watching Grandma's Attic Music Review. I appreciate all the times that you tune in. It makes me so very happy. Be blessed until next week, everybody. Bye-bye, and have a really great week.